Okay, a quick look at my setup. This is my mixing board. It's the Pioneer DJM 5000. Several reasons why I love this board. You have two mic channels, here and here, that you can run. Different levels. Mic 1, mic 2, on, off. 4-channel mixer with a low, mid, and high on most. But, most systems will have that. Up here, I have the choice. This is a third microphone on channel 1 over here, or I can run CD, digital, whatever I want to run. My cue buttons, the same as most boards have there, but a few extra things I love about this particular board. I have this zone channel over here, so when I'm running my wireless speakers, I can tell the level of the volume coming out of the speakers even though they may be far away in the room. So I just have to turn my zone on down the bottom there. I can assign my zone to whatever channel I want. Most of the time I just have it running through master. This thing here, if anybody's got an Aphex oral exciter, this basically does the job of that, all built into this particular speaker. You just turn the sound on, and away it goes. We have the send return. It's pretty, got a lot of features that most boards have, but everything is so clear. I've got some effects over here. We've got reverb, echo and verb, octaver and pitch right there. Headphone output, headphone volume. Way too loud for me. My ears will be gone soon. Another thing that's really good is this talk over mode. You can have the talk over on, and you can basically have it as much or as little music going while you use the microphone as possible. All the way up, there'll be no music whatsoever. Halfway, you'll hear some music. More music the further you turn this down. But a really great function on this, works really, really well. All in all, probably the best board I've ever had. Moving up, I use Shure ULXP for my microphone receivers. These are the J series. What I love about these is when you get to a site, you're able to scan through all the different groups and channels until you find one that's perfect for you. So I know exactly what frequency I'm using. Over here, you see these light indicators. If there's no lights, I've got good reception. If there's light showing, it's bad reception. So when I get to a site, I'll scan through, because every site is different, and I'll see exactly what the reception's like. I've heard of so many DJs that just use the same frequency at every site and ask when they get there, well, it worked at the site I was at yesterday, but it won't work at every site. One thing I can do, and if you watch, you'll see this. If I hold these buttons down and just turn this dial, see now it's showing 2.2. See those lights up? That's not a good frequency. One thing that I really like about this is you can hit these buttons at the same time, and then if I hit this correctly, it's going to scan through each channel for me. As it goes through the channels, I'm watching to see when it dips down to no lights. You can see it scanning through, and the light's on the left-hand side. So when I get to it being completely empty, I can remember that number, and I'll go back to it and say, oh yeah, I can use that. That 310 there was empty. But ideally what I want is 0, like I've got on this one. 113 rather is 0. And this thing is still scanning. I have 10 groups and 20 channels in each group. So that thing's going to keep scanning through all the groups. When it's done, it's going to come up with a list saying which group has the most available channels, and let me select from there. So another great little function on this that gives me, although wireless is never 100% accurate, I can be a lot more accurate than, like I said, a lot of DJs that just show up and hope that the frequency that they use at a site 50 miles away from here will work at this site. It just doesn't work that way. Again, that's my microphones. I use external sound cards. These are the M Audios. I have a Furman power conditioner that I have. I have all my cables come out the front of my system, so you can't see any really kind of ugliness from the back. This thing is actually finished scanning now, so it's basically telling me that group 5 has 7 open channels. So it's basically, that's my fail-safe system on this. I'm actually going to use 217 again because I know that's a reliable frequency that I use here a lot, but that's just showing me what I can do. I use dual laptops. I'm running Mixmeister today. I have everything on both. Also, on this particular laptop here, just for my own sake, I have my bridal party list up there. I also have the song list for today with everything we're doing, song-wise, so I can make sure I get everything accurate and we're all on the same page, and hopefully will be no errors or anything like that. I just don't like DJs that read off of a clipboard all the time when they're introducing a bridal party, so I use this as my cue card, so I'm standing there holding a mic in it. I guess some people might think I've memorized it, which of course I haven't, but it's there. This over here is the recorder I use when I do my audio weighting recording. It's an Edirol. I have it plugged into my mixing board, and I record the whole event on this. And after the wedding, I can burn this all onto CDs, so the sound quality is really good. All the toasts and all that good stuff. So this is my system. I can just show you from the back, hopefully how neat and tidy it looks for the guests. But if you look at it from here, there's not a lot of protruding wires, just one cable there, which I'm going to pull up tight in a second, running to the other laptop. And there's my microphones. Microphones I use are again Shure. These are that Beta 87As. I also have the 58s I use for a ceremony. But these are my main ones I use for reception. They're more directional. So that's it, my setup.